drive for Franklin to start this game would send a really big message. It would set the tone, and most importantly, it would keep that South Warren offense off the field at least. Hopefully you're looking at, maybe a 5 to 6 minute drive. If you can get a drive that long, a 3-and-out hurts. A 3-and-out absolutely hurts. And I don't know if it is good voodoo that our sign has field spelled incorrectly.
Oh, my goodness. It is.
It says F-E-I-L-D.
Wow. It was
Rip through that, boys.
Incorrectly.
Rip through it.
Not a good sign there.
Literally and metaphorically.
Literally. Reminds me of, I went to a WKU game one time up at Evansville, playing the Evansville Aces. Hilltopper cheerleaders come out on the floor to spell T-O-P-S, and they spell T-O-S-P. So, and Western lost by about 40 that night. So my experience with signs is not good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's not a sign from above.
Maybe tonight Franklin bucks that trend. Yeah, maybe proofread the sign before.
There's a reason we have editors.
Yes.
I don't know if Megan would have let that one fly.
Megan probably would have caught that.
Oh, my goodness. What a start.
Yeah. Clock is Clock is in a horrible spot.
Yes.
But that was put there when the press box, we only had one press box. So,
well, I can tell you we got about a minute until kickoff.
Thank you.
That's what the clock says.
Okay. Who's back for the Wildcats? Partinger and Stutzman back deep for the Wildcats.
Both were captains tonight, A.J. Burr and Connor Rogers.
And
the other two for Franklin.
I don't even know how you say this kicker's name.
Brent Williams, who we both know is one of the best of the best. He told me straight up, he said, man, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
No, Elder's his first name. We'll give him that. And whistles before he can get up to kick the ball. And
the clock still has 20 seconds on it.
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
But, to their credit, they can't see it either.
No.
And that could very much, in a late game situation or even late in the half, that could hurt South Warren or Franklin Simpson, whichever team is driving away from the game clock, because you can't see it. You can still see the play clock, but you have no idea what's on the game clock.
And we, as a matter of fact, sit here and let it run all the way down instead of just stopping it and resetting it. So now it's got 65 minutes on it. We still have an issue. Now,
and I think we're going to kick this game off.
Now they're going to stop him again. So, yeah, things are not getting off to a good start here at South Warren tonight for signs being made or for clocks being kept. You are listening to 1220 WFKN Franklin, Kentucky, and we are going to play football. Elder Dervesevich.
That sounded okay.
Foot to it. Leo Stutzman has it at the 10. Runs to his right. Tries to get upfield. Only gets to about the 11, and that'll be it. And that's where the Wildcats will start 1st and 10. So the Wildcats will get first crack here at the offense. And like you said, Tyler, it'd be great. Points, awesome, but, man, even if you could burn 5-6 minutes just to keep the ball a while, get some change some field position would be important here. You got bad field position to start. They'll mark it on the 12. You sure don't want to go backwards or not gain anything here and have to punt.
And I'm really interested on this first drive. We saw a lot of the run from Luke late in last week's game. Do we see that integrated early on here?
Richardson pitches it back to Partinger. He's got some running room. Across the 20. He's near a first down. Gain of about 9. And he'll have, or is it 8? Where are they going to spot it at? Spot it at the 21. So it'll be about 2nd and 1, gain of 9 right there.
Tedrick last week had just 14 yards on the ground on the season out of Wildcats players that have had carries. He's last on the team in yards, just 8 carries for 25 yards on the season. Think about the expectations that we had for him coming into this year. Tonight could be his night to break out. And what a night it would be to do it.
Richardson under center, and he'll get the Spartans to jump. And I believe that'll be an offsides. It will. And that'll be a first down for the Wildcats. And, Tyler, unfortunately, we aren't the only ones that notice the misspelling of the sign. someone here, I won't say who, texted me a picture of it. So that'll be a Wildcat first down out to the 26. So, okay, you've got 14 yards by field position here. You're off to a good start.
Wildcats, as I mentioned, 14 first downs last week. Going to need more than that here tonight.
Richardson hands it off this time. That was Carter. And he gets to the 30, about the 32-yard line. So a gain of about 1, be 2nd and 9. And I love to stand up and broadcast, Tyler, but when I stand up, I can't see the scoreboard at all. So.
Fortunately, right now, there are blanks in the scores. I'll try to keep an eye on the clock for you.
Thank you. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. I just kind of have to guess on the yardage. Richardson hands it off to Parninger.
Come on, Teddy.
Across the 40. Out to near the 44-yard line. A Wildcat first down. Tetrick Parninger, Tyler, looks better right now than he's looked all year, quite frankly.
He's running with a little something different. This is what we saw from Teddy last year in kind of that relief role for Trey Bass, where he was able to take advantage of defenses that were tired, worn down. He'd just come out there and hit him right after that. And he's running with a little something tonight.
Yep.
We had noticed over the past couple of weeks that the energy wasn't there, and this week in practice, Coach Preston, he's been a little more excited coming into this game, and obviously a big opponent to come in and play for. Perhaps that's what Franklin needed.
Handoff here. Not sure who that was. Harrison was in motion. He didn't get it. That was Carter, I think it was. Yep. And he gets a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 45.
And for a team that's won back-to-back state championships, sometimes what you need to get up and get ready for a game and get fully prepped is to have a foe like South Warren waiting for you. Not say anything bad about a Greenwood or a Meade County, and obviously I'm not saying it was a lack of preparation that cost the Wildcats those games, but a game like this you just naturally get excited for because this is the measuring stick for everyone, not just Franklin Simpson.
A lot easier to focus in.
Yes.
For sure. Gavin Finch goes in motion. He's going to get the pitch running left. Across the 45, across midfield. He may go. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's drugged down at about the 1-yard line. Gavin Finch. Folks, that's your backup quarterback. And he rambles well into South Warren territory. They will mark it at the 2 or 3.
Oh, my goodness. They got him at the 2. You want to set the tone for a game. That's how you do it. I said the Wildcats need an extended drive, would like to punch it in if you can, and you need big plays. Well, so far, in just over 3 minutes, we've had it all.
53 yards.
All that lacks is the 6 points awaiting.
Richardson puts Finch in motion again. Hands it off to Carter. This time he stood up at the line of scrimmage.
And it's easier said than done when it comes to picking up those last 2 yards against the South Warren defense.
And really in football in general, sometimes, you know, you get down there close to the goal line, Tyler, and everything gets compacted. And it's harder sometimes to pick up those 2 than it would be to pick up those 50.
But that is also Franklin Simpson's formula. Look at how this entire drive, it's been a run up the middle, set something up outside. Run up the middle, set something up outside. Let's see if they counter with something here on the outside or just 1 yard out. Luke could take it himself if he wanted to.
Exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to look for Luke keeping it to his right here. He keeps it right up the middle. Touchdown Wildcats! With 7:56 left, first quarter, the Wildcats take a lead on a 2-yard touchdown run by Luke Richardson.
Well, you called the play perfectly, partner.
I get one right every once in a while.
What an opening drive. What a statement drive from Franklin Simpson to start this game out. My goodness.
Cole Hollingsworth on to try the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up. Perfect. And the Wildcats lead it 7-0. We're back after this on WFKN. All right. Just do one.
7 plays, 88 yards, 359. What a drive.
That looked like Franklin Simpson
Yes.
football.
You like my description?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
7 plays, 88 yards in 3 minutes and 59 seconds, highlighted by a 53-yard run by Gavin Finch. That Wildcat scoring drive brought to you by Brent Thacker and Robin Walton, part of your all-star insurance team at Ohio Valley Insurance. Give them a call, 270-253-5016. Farm insurance, car insurance, home insurance, insurance. They've got it all at Ohio Valley Insurance. Kick is away by Hollingsworth. And here come the Spartans fielded at the 15, crossed the 20, 25, and he stood up there by a host of Wildcats. That was a Pham on the return, and he is at the 25, 7-yard line is where the Spartans will start for their first offensive drive of the night, 1st and 10.
We're going to find out a lot about both teams on this drive. This is a South Warren team not used to having to respond to something like they just saw. And if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to get your offense back out there as quick as you can.
Handoff this time. Good run up the middle. Across the 35 to the 36. Gain of almost 9 yards. And I can't see their numbers. I think that was Martin. It was Martin. I love the Wildcats uniforms this year. Stand out nicely. These black South Warren uniforms are not easy on an old play-by-play man. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you, they're not easy on a young one either.
Veldkamp in the shotgun. 4 receivers. He looks to his right, wants to throw, does. Got a man wide open near midfield. He catches it, and he's tackled at about the 48-yard line. And that's another Spartan first down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs. And here come the Spartans.
Franklin Simpson only rushed 3 on that play. You can't afford to give Veldkamp that much time. I know that you want to drop as many people back in coverage as you can, but you give him that much time, he's going to pick that soft zone apart.
He's in the gun again. 3 receivers left, 2 right. He's in the backfield by himself. And that's a false start on the Spartans. So that'll cost them 5 yards. And it'll be 1st and 15. It'll take it back to the 43. Wildcats lead at 7-0. 6:42 left. First quarter.
Interesting to see how many different looks Franklin Simpson throws at South Warren defensively on this drive. We saw just the 3-man rush on the previous passing play. Got to figure they're going to try a couple different blitzes just to see what works best.
They show blitz here. Veldkamp to throw. He got a man wide open at the 30-yard line, and that's a touchdown. And the Spartans are on the board.
That time, just too many moving pieces, and I think they confused themselves.
That's a 58-yard touchdown pass, if my math is right. With 6:16 left, first quarter. Maybe one of those nights. Mason Willingham on the receiving end. And Dervisovich on for the extra point. And it's good. We're tied at 7 with 6:16 left, first quarter. We're back after this on WFKN.
Oh, yeah, because they had
that didn't last. That was a 3-play, 73-yard drive in just a minute and 34 seconds. Officially a 57-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff is away and into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. And the Wildcats will get it 1st and 10 at the 20.
We asked the question going into South Warren's first drive, how do you respond to Franklin Simpson's first jab. Well, they threw one right back. And if you're Franklin Simpson, after seeing that drive, we talked about it coming into the game, but that right there just solidified our thought. The offense has to stay on the field as long as they can.
Yes.
Because that South Warren offense, they are not a group to be messed with. You got to, right now, your best defense is your offense. And you got to stay out there on the field. You got to score, but you got to stay out there on the field.
Richardson takes the snap, hands it off. Partinger across the 20 to the 22, gain of 2. Be 2nd and 8. Nice contingent, of course, of Wildcat fans up here tonight. The easiest of the away games that Franklin can go and play anybody is right here at South Warren.
Yes.
In any sport, obviously.
And it's a great night.
Yes. Good South Warren contingent across the way as well. 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats, tied at 7. Partinger has it, running left. Tries to get outside and gets to the 25, gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Teddy he's running with a little something extra, as I mentioned. He's running through guys right now, and that makes a huge difference. And it's a lot of that, as good of a back as Tedrick is, a lot of that's in mentality. And his mentality's been there tonight. He's coming off the field for this play. We have yet to see Leo have a touch, which I find to be very, very interesting. Does that come here? Do we see the first pass from Franklin Simpson? 3rd and 5 situation. Playbook's wide open.
One receiver left. That's Fisher. And flag down. And that's going to be an offensive penalty.
That'll limit what you can do.
Yeah. Unless South Warren was offsides. I did not see that.
Well, there's a free first down.
There's a free first down. I did not see anybody jump. And I've always had a problem if it's a defensive offsides.
Play should go.
Play should go. What if you score a touchdown on that play? I mean, I've never understood unless they make contact, and maybe they did, but I sure didn't see that as the scenario there. But I just don't like that call. Handoff. Harrison, 30 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Omar Harrison trying to get worked into the offense a little bit more than he has the last couple of weeks.
And, Brian, if you've noticed, Wildcats on this drive, you've officially just run 3 plays, had the offsides penalty thrown in there. Already 2 minutes run off the clock.
Yep.
Doug Preston knows what we know. They're running the play clock down pretty low before every snap. And so far it has worked offensively, but it also serves a greater purpose defensively.
Richardson's going to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Stutzman. Good catch. He's up to 40, 35, 30, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's what the run will do with this.
There's the defense to sleep
with this team. But then it comes down to a point of execution. Coach Preston said in his show today, I want to throw the ball more.
Yes.
But if we're going to throw the ball, we have to catch it. And if you'll refer back to last week's game, Tyler, we dropped some balls that probably
touchdowns
that probably cost us that game. And he said he told his guys this week, I don't care to throw it, but you're going to catch it when we do. Leo does a fantastic job there. Handoff. Carter, a good run.
Yep.
Malik Carter's best run of the night.
And that play call worked so effectively because they moved Finch in motion around that left side, and the last time they did that, he busted off a 50-plus yard run. And so the defense's eyes lock in on him. It opens up the middle, great blocking up front. Wildcats offensively so far, liking what I'm seeing in terms of the play calling and in terms of mixing up where you're going, when you're doing it. They've got this South Warren defense in a position we haven't seen them in very often over the past few years. They're on their toes a little bit right now.
Under 3 minutes left in a quick-moving first quarter. Handoff, Partinger, left. He's got a lot of running room. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10, to the 5. Woo! End zone! And a flag comes down. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That may be before he scored. Some unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm afraid, on the Wildcats. I don't know if the score will.
This is going to be interesting.
Touchdown is
there
good.
There we go.
Okay. It's against South Warren. Okay.
Oh.
So a 21-yard touchdown run. Tetrick Partinger with 2:37 left. And Tyler, we may have ourselves a
we might just
shootout here tonight.
And I don't think either of us would mind that.
No. So the Wildcats quickly move back in front, and we will put the penalty on the kickoff, I'm assuming. Hollingsworth's extra point drilled right down the middle, and the Wildcats move back in front, 14-7. We're back after this on WFKN. That was a 3-play, 73-yard drive in just a minute and 34 seconds. Officially a 57-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff is away and into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. And the Wildcats will get it 1st and 10 at the 20.
We asked the question going into South Warren's first drive, how do you respond to Franklin Simpson's first jab? Well, they threw one right back. And if you're Franklin Simpson, after seeing that drive, we talked about it coming into the game, but that right there just solidified our thought. The offense has to stay on the field as long as they can.
Yes.
Because that South Warren offense, they are not a group to be messed with. You got to, right now, your best defense is your offense. And you got to stay out there on the field. You got to score, but you got to stay out there on the field.
Richardson takes the snap, hands it off. Partinger across the 20 to the 22, gain of 2. Be 2nd and 8. Nice contingent, of course, of Wildcat fans up here tonight. The easiest of the away games that Franklin can go and play anybody is right here at South Warren.
Yes.
In any sport, obviously.
And it's a great night.
Yes. Good South Warren contingent across the way as well. 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats, tied at 7. Partinger has it, running left, tries to get outside and gets to the 25, gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats.
Teddy he's running with a little something extra, as I mentioned. He's running through guys right now, and that makes a huge difference. And it's a lot of that, as good of a back as Tetrick is, a lot of that's in mentality. And his mentality's been there tonight. He's coming off the field for this play. We have yet to see Leo have a touch, which I find to be very, very interesting. Does that come here? Do we see the first pass from Franklin Simpson? 3rd and 5 situation. Playbook's wide open.
One receiver left. That's Fisher. And flag down. And that's going to be an offensive penalty.
That'll limit what you can do.
Yeah. Unless South Warren was offsides. I did not see that.
Well, there's a free first down.
There's a free first down. I did not see anybody jump. And I've always had a problem if it's a defensive offsides.
Play should go.
Play should go. What if you score a touchdown on that play? I mean, I've never understood unless they make contact, and maybe they did, but I sure didn't see that as the scenario there. But I just don't like that call. Handoff. Harrison, 30 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Omar Harrison trying to get worked into the offense a little bit more than he has the last couple of weeks.
And, Brian, if you've noticed, Wildcats on this drive, you've officially just run 3 plays, had the offsides penalty thrown in there. Already 2 minutes run off the clock.
Yep.
Doug Preston knows what we know. They're running the play clock down pretty low before every snap. And so far it has worked offensively, but it also serves a greater purpose defensively.
Richardson's going to throw. He's got a man wide open at Stutzman. Good catch. He's up to 40. 35, 30, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That's what the run will do with
Lures the defense to sleep
with this team. But then it comes down to a point of execution. Coach Preston said in his show today, I want to throw the ball more.
Yes.
But if we're going to throw the ball, we have to catch it. And if you'll refer back to last week's game, Tyler, we dropped some balls that
some touchdowns
that probably cost us that game. And he said he told his guys this week, I don't care to throw it, but you're going to catch it when we do. Leo does a fantastic job there. Handoff. Carter, a good run.
Yep.
Malik Carter's best run of the night.
And that play call worked so effectively because they moved Finch in motion around that left side, and the last time they did that, he busted off a 50-plus yard run. And so the defense's eyes lock in on him. It opens up the middle. Great blocking up front. Wildcats offensively so far, liking what I'm seeing in terms of the play calling and in terms of mixing up where you're going, when you're doing it. They've got this South Warren defense in a position we haven't seen them in very often over the past few years. They're on their toes a little bit right now.
Under 3 minutes left in a quick-moving first quarter. Handoff, Partinger, left. He's got a lot of running room. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10, to the 5. Woo! End zone! And a flag comes down. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. That may be before he scored. Some unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm afraid, on the Wildcats. I don't know if the score will.
This is going to be interesting.
Touchdown is
there
good.
There we go.
Okay. It's against South Warren. Okay.
Oh.
So a 21-yard touchdown run. Tetrick Partinger with 2:37 left. And Tyler, we may have ourselves a
we might just
shootout here tonight.
I don't think either of us would mind that.
No. So the Wildcats quickly move back in front, and we will put the penalty on the kickoff, I'm assuming. Hollingsworth's extra point drilled right down the middle. And the Wildcats move back in front, 14-7. We're back after this on WFKN. 6 plays, 80 yards in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. That Wildcat scoring drive. Brought to you by Brent Thacker and Robin Walton, part of your all-star insurance team at Ohio Valley Insurance. Give them a call, 270-253-5016. Tweet that.
I will. You want to give me the tweeter? You want to give me the tweeter?
I'll give you the tweeter. So the Wildcats will kick off from the Spartan 45. And Hollingsworth tries to kick it through the uprights, and he almost got it there. So that's a touchback. Yep. So the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. And now if you're the Wildcats, you need a defensive stop. Get that ball back. Your offense not having any trouble so far. Veltkamp comes out in the gun. He's got 2 receivers right, 1 to his left. Hands it off. That's Martin. He's to about the 24, so gain of about 4 yards. Allen County Scottsville leads Greenwood 6-0 in the first quarter.
A chance for them to turn the tides on their season. Another team with pretty good expectations coming into the year that haven't quite lived up to it.
Veltkamp hands it off to Martin. Running right. Don't have much running room.
Good tackle.
About the 26, so it'll be 3rd down for the Spartans. And if you're the Wildcat defense, you need to get off the field on 3rd down.
And that's a tackle that the past 2 weeks was probably missed. That was a great fundamental tackle. Wrap your arms up around the ball carrier's legs. He can't go anywhere. I told you I'm looking for that gang tackle mentality. I want guys all over the ball, and sometimes you can get sucked in, and we see big plays like the big pass touchdown that tied this ball game up earlier. But you got to be aggressive.
And I think that is a false start on the offense, and that'll cost the Spartans. So they'll go from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8.
South Warren shooting themselves in the foot multiple times early on in this game.
And now if you're that Wildcat defense, imperative
yes,
that you get off the field at 3rd and 8. Easier said than done against this offense.
And it's tough to call a defensive play here because normally in this situation, you want to bring the dogs. You want to let them loose, but you see what happened last drive, and you're thinking, well, maybe I can't. But if you sit back, we saw it earlier, Vetcamp has the ability to sit back, and eventually, as good as his own can be, it falls apart at some point.
And they'll pass. He's looking to his left. He's got a man. It's caught. I think he's got the first down. That was number 25.
Bell.
Averin Bell on the catch. And do they have the first down? They do. So Wildcats unable to get off the field on 3rd and 8, but man, South Warren just picked it up by maybe a yard.
It was a great throw. There aren't many quarterbacks at this level, especially sophomores, that can make that throw.
And he's back to throw again. Looking. Let's throw across the middle of the field.
Another good one.
Called again. That is, I have no idea. Can't see his number. 19, I think. 19 or 18. Maybe Young, 19. Yeah, I don't see an 18. So it's Isaac Young on that catch. And another Spartan first down. They're out to the 43-yard line as they begin to move briskly down the field. Harrison showing blitz. Here he comes.
Yes.
They'll get rid of it. Across midfield, it's caught. Gain of about 7 or 8. And it'll be 2nd and short for the Spartans.
And you're going to have to bring a blitz against Vetcamp because the Wildcats are letting him sit back there, and he is going through 1, 2, 3 reads. He is going smoothly through his progressions. He's got a lot more maturity than any sophomore quarterback that you are going to see, 5A, 6A, 1A. I don't care what level. This kid's a stud.
He has 4 receivers this time, and that is the end of the quarter. We've played 12 minutes. So far, so good. Franklin Simpson 14, South Warren 7. We're back after this. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFKN. We move to the second quarter here as we get going. The Wildcats with a 14-7 lead, and my good buddy Andrew Cisco, Tyler, says he's listening back in Franklin. Says thank us for broadcasting the game for those who can't get up here tonight. So
that's why we do it.
That's exactly why we do it. Handoff, Martin, a lot of running room. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. And the Spartans run a 52-yard touchdown to tie this one back up.
And that was just right up the gut.
Yeah.
Line parted like the Red Sea, and no real chance for anybody in the secondary to try to make that play. Another sophomore. I mean,
yeah. Kobe
it's
Martin.
Just incredible. It's a shootout right now, and it's got to reach a point where some team is going to have to make a stop. But if you're Franklin Simpson coming out next drive, you can't let it happen yet.
Extra point is good, and we're quickly tied. 14-14. We'll keep it here. We just got back from a break. I'm going to sit down and catch my breath. What was that, 52 yards?
Yes. 48. They were on the 52.
Okay.
Or they'd gone that much.
Okay, I thought they were on the other side
yes.
of the 50. 48-yard touchdown run, Kobe Martin.
They went 6 plays, 80 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So that drive at least took a little longer than the last one.
2:45?
Yes.
So if you like offense.
This is your game.
And personally, I do. You would be right at home here at South Warren tonight.
I call it the tally tempo. That was coined during basketball, but it's had that kind of feel to it. The Wildcats, it feels like it's been a more traditional offensive performance from Franklin Simpson, but not traditional in terms of looking back at the history of Franklin Simpson, traditional in terms of looking at last year's team, in terms of big, explosive plays. At the same time, trying to milk a little clock, trying to dictate some tempo, that tally tempo. And at some point, it might reach the point where those big plays are going to make or break you.
Kickoff into the end zone, so the Wildcats will start once again at the 20. 14-14, 11:52 left before halftime. If you're listening out there tonight on WFKN or Network One Sports, let us know. We appreciate you joining us. Allen County 6, Greenwood nothing, end of the first. Warren East leads Logan County 3-0, end of the first quarter. Bowling Green leads Warren Central 14-0 midway through the first.
There's our first non-shocker in the scores.
Yeah.
I'm sure this one's got a lot of people shocked around the area right now.
Some surprising scores, and flags fly before the Wildcats can run this play. They were trying to get it to Stutzman, and that's a delay of game, and that should not happen coming out of a dead ball situation.
Yeah, I know we talked about the Wildcats milking the clock, milking the play clock, but when the clock's not running, it doesn't serve too much purpose. Franklin, I mentioned 14 first downs last week, and that sounds like a good number, but I said you need more than that tonight. After that first quarter, 5, on pace for 20. Got to keep that going here.
Absolutely. So they'll be faced with a 1st and 15. Back at the 15. Richardson hands off Harrison, running right. Got a little running room. Gets maybe 3 or 4 yards. It'll still be 2nd and long for the Wildcats. Cole Hollingsworth brings the play in. And it's exactly 2nd and 12, so it was a gain of 3. I like the on-field play clocks.
Yes.
You don't see that at a lot of high schools. I like that touch.
If only there were an on-field game clock.
Yes, that would make it even better. Richardson and flags fly again. They run the same play to Stutzman, and false start this time. So something we didn't see, Tyler, the first couple of drives. Wildcats were disciplined, didn't shoot themselves in the foot. Now here they are, 3rd drive going the wrong way.
And it had been South Warren making those mistakes and Franklin Simpson capitalizing. We've seen Franklin Simpson over the first 2 games of the season make plenty of those mistakes, especially with penalties. And we mentioned it with those teams, but especially here tonight. Against South Warren, you can't afford to do it.
Nope. Richardson rolling out to his left. He's in a world of hurt. And he's tackled back at the 17 or 18 yard line. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up really 3rd and long. It's at the 15, 18. I can't tell. Is it 3rd and 17? Is that right? That doesn't look right.
3rd and 12.
3rd and 12. Okay, they just changed it. Okay.
Yep. He was looking for Fisher on the rollout, and South Warren just had it defended perfectly. And kudos to Luke just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Stutzman in motion to his right. And no, he kept it. Richardson wants to throw. Does. Stutzman in and out of his hands.
Gotta have it.
Probably a ball that should have been caught, but good defense by the Spartans getting there to knock it loose.
It was a perfect throw.
And the Wildcats will have to punt deep in their territory. And this is not what you wanted to do on any drive, but not in a 14-14 game for sure.
That might have been the best throw we've seen from Luke all season. I mean, that one was put in a spot where only Leo could catch it, and that's a catch that you would expect Leo to make. It would have been a great catch, yes, but in a game like this, you got to have it.
Hollingsworth to punt. Has a snap. Gets rid of it. It's a good one. Catches at midfield by the Spartans, and he's got a lot of running room. Down to near the 20-yard line. I don't know who that was. Trying to see dark numbers through a dirty glass is not the easiest thing you ever want to do when you're old as I am. But at any rate, the Spartans are going to have field position at the 20-yard line, the Wildcat 20-yard line, to start this drive. And they're looking to take their first lead of the night.
An opportunity for the Franklin Simpson defense to send a message. Right now, the difference in this game have been 2 huge plays. That the third one for South Warren of the night.
Handoff, not much doing that time for Kobe Martin. And he only gained a yard, 2nd and 9. I think Leo would tell you that's a ball he should have caught.
Yep.
Beltcamp in the gun, 2nd and 9. Takes it, wants to throw. Looks over the middle. And it's pass interference on the Wildcats.
Yes. It's a good call.
Probably a touchdown saving call at that. So we'll see what that does. The field position, pass interference, Franklin Simpson.
Definitely the right call.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's one of those situations where the pass interference might have saved a touchdown.
Absolutely. They'll mark it down at the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Beltcamp with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, and that's false start on the offense.
One of the receivers started
Yep.
moving it like it was the CFL or
Yep.
AFL where they get a running start
Yeah.
before the play.
Arena League.
Yes, AFL.
Yeah.
Maybe the XFL when it comes back.
Do they still play Arena League football?
Yes,
Is that still a
yeah,
thing?
it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
The scores are kind of like this game.
Yeah. I used to enjoy watching it, but didn't know if it's still around or not. Nashville
think
still
so.
have a team?
No,
They don't.
no.
They did have one. We're not talking about
AFL.
AFL.
Oh, you know Davis is all in on the XFL. He's probably a stockholder.
Here's a handoff. Nothing doing for the Spartans.
They might be calling us to call the games for one of the teams soon. I'm just waiting on the email.
Absolutely. As long as they don't play on Friday nights.
Right.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. No, it can't be right. They're inside the 15. Scoreboard's not right. 2nd and goal from just inside the 15.
And a huge set of downs here.
Beltcamp takes a snap, going to throw. Got a man wide open. Touchdown. See if you can hear who that was.
It's number 80.
Number 80, Jason Putman. That's a 15-yard touchdown pass. And the Spartans have their first lead of the night.
Just no answer right now if you're Franklin Simpson for that South Warren offense. And as I said, this game's going to come down to who makes the first stop. And it was South Warren that made the stop, and now they've got their first lead.
And the extra point is good. And the Spartans lead it 21-14 with 8:29 left before the half. We're back after this on WFKN. Back here at South Warren High School. Kickoff is away and into the end zone, so another touchback. The Wildcats will get it at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Don't forget, next Friday night, we will make the trip down to Franklin, Tennessee, as the Wildcats will face Battleground Academy. And, man, another, just in a long line of murderers row almost.
It's
the
a
first
gauntlet.
few weeks of the season here. But you're seeing the Wildcats get better every week.
Yes.
And you get better playing better competition.
And it's been the formula for this team the past 3 years. They've made 3 state championship appearances, and in large part due to the difficult schedule they've played.
Richardson keeps it and runs it for a Wildcat first down, 11 yards out to the 31.
I'll have another one of those.
Luke is getting a little bit more comfortable doing that. Kind of that run pass option. He fakes the handoff, keeps it off to the left side, and had some success last week. First time he tries it tonight, has 11 yards worth of success.
And when you have a quarterback that can do that in the wing tee, you look at the classic Georgia Tech Ramblin' Wreck offenses. That's why they were so good, because the quarterback could run it too. It adds a whole other element to account for.
Pitch back to Stutzman. He gets maybe a yard.
Good tackle.
Number 32 for the Spartans over there for that tackle. Lambrino. Did I say that right, Davis? Lambrino. They've got some names on this team. if there was an all-name team, they would be it. That's for sure. Play-by-play guy's worst nightmare.
Surprised that we haven't seen as much of Leo as we expected. Of course, he's had 2 carries where he was supposed to touch it and false start was called. But would like to see him a bit more involved moving forward.
Harrison gets it here, running out to the right. Flag down. I've got to think that's probably a hold.
Yep.
There's just sometimes when flags fly in football, you just kind of know what it is, depending on who throws it and where it's thrown.
Especially in the middle of a run.
Yep.
That's the telltale.
It is a hold on the Wildcats, so not what you want there. So that will drive them back almost to the 20-yard line, about the 22. And it's going to be 2nd and 19.
Don't have to get it all in one play.
No.
You got 2 plays to do it, but you need a chunk here.
Richardson takes a snap, hands it off. Or no, he kept it, and he gets absolutely hit hard, probably for a loss. Might have backed to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 19.
They might have tried to go back to the QB run a bit too quick.
And I'm not sure that up the middle is where Luke's going to find a lot of success. He's really good when he gets out around the end.
Yes. Especially given how things have gone tonight. There hasn't been much up the middle at all for Franklin since all the success has come around the edge.
So a 3rd and 19 here. Richardson to pass. Looks across the middle. Got a man wide open. And that's a Wildcat. Ooh, he's close. Who is that? That's Harrison on the catch.
He had options. Oh, we got
it. That's a first down. And I'll tell you what, Tyler, I don't know how he gets that open on 3rd and 19 when Caden probably knew the Wildcats were going to pass. But, hey, our first one of the night, buddy, we'll take it.
Well, I can give you some semblance of a breakdown. The Wildcats had 2 guys lined up on the right side, so South Warren naturally just put the 2 defensive backs on him. But then Omar was set up in a position at that wingbat spot, and they just run a classic 4 verticals, but with the 3 guys all on one side. He had 3 options running down that side of the field with just 2 defenders there, and Omar was the one that they didn't cover.
Handoff Partinger. He's hitting the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of a couple.
It was just a simple numbers game. 3 guys, 2 defenders. You can't cover all of them.
So we are starting to see the Spartans a little bit more locked in against the run.
Like I said, to win this game or to stay in this game, you're going to need big plays, and some of them are going to have to come through the air.
5:25 left before half. 21-14, Spartans lead it.
Have already milked 3 minutes off the clock this drive. If you're going to give it back to South Warren, you want there to be as little on that clock as possible.
Stutzman flanks out to the left. Richardson going to keep it. Looks Stutzman's way. Throws it. Overthrew him, but that's a holding call.
He held him.
I don't know if they'll call holding or pass interference.
I don't think they'll call interference. I don't think it was catchable, but it was definitely a hold.
Definitely a hold.
Yes. Which, if he doesn't hold him, then maybe it becomes catchable, and that could be the argument. We'll take either one of them because it's a first down.
It's going to be a first down regardless. I think pass interference is worth a little bit more than the hold would be. Pass interference, they'll call it.
That had to be the rationale.
So that'll get it into Spartan territory to the 45. First down, and Wildcats on the move here with 5 minutes exactly left in the half.
And you can also call it an interference there because there was a no attempt at a play on the ball.
Right.
The defender got his head turned back by the time the ball had hit the ground. And typically when that's the case, if it's not a hold, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, especially in today's game, and call the pass interference.
Handoff Carter up the middle, and just nothing there.
Nope.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and a late flag here. What's this about? Hopefully this is on the Spartans. They'll give him a yard on the carry, Carter. So it's 2nd and 9 before the penalty. We'll see.
If it's some kind of unsportsmanlike, I didn't see much there.
Unless somebody said something.
Yes, which that's always just pretty much one official's discretion.
Personal foul, Franklin Simpson.
That hurts.
Oh, wait a minute, another one. Okay.
There we go.
Offsetting penalties.
We'll take it.
Yes. That is the best case scenario right there. So obviously a couple guys probably got a little verbal after the play.
And that's why you throw the flag now.
Yeah.
Especially this early in a ball game. If that happens late third quarter, early fourth quarter, probably not a flag.
Kind of setting a precedent.
Yes. Especially since there's already been an unsportsmanlike conduct called.
2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. They need to finish this drive with some type of points. Richardson put Harrison in motion. He wants to throw it again. Looking. He's being chased. Rolls out to his right. Got some running room. Keeps it. And picks up a couple of yards. They closed in on him quickly. He gets to the 41. So a gain of 3. It's going to be about 3rd and 6. Hardinger will check back in.
But that's a play opening night and probably first half of last week that Luke tries to force downfield. But that's just great recognition as a quarterback, number one. He had a blitzer right on him. He had to get out of the pocket immediately, and he had to turn the wheels on pretty much right off the bat. He did just that, realized, okay, I don't need to try to sling this to somebody. I don't have to pick up the first down here. Get what you can. And now 3rd and 6, that's manageable. We talked about it earlier. You can call whatever you want.
Richardson takes a snap. Hands it off to the second man, 3-0.
It's not working up the middle.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. That was Hardinger. And now it's 4th down. And the Wildcats will punt, I believe.
Interesting.
So with 3:27 left in the half.
Interesting.
Wildcats will punt in Spartan territory.
As good as the South Warren offense has been, I can understand wanting to try to pin them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's tough either way to put them back on the field.
Hollingsworth is back to punt. Takes the snap. Gets it away. It's a good one. Caught inside the 10 and fumbled. And the Spartans get back on it. Man. So they get on it at the 10.
Whew.
So they'll have to go 90 yards to get
And granted earlier, I mean, they went 80 yards in 3:39, and their first drive they went 73 in 1:34.
Yep.
Gonna need good coverage here.
Here's a pass caught.
Beautiful
left
screen.
side.
Good
And
tackle.
a first down for the Spartans.
And I do think they have all 3 timeouts.
You would be correct.
And the benefit of clock stoppage while they move the chains.
They're out to the 20. And you're going to see nothing but passes, I'm assuming, on this drive. Handoff. Not a pass, but it's going to be the result of a pass. That's Martin again. And he's out to the 35. And another Spartan first down. With 2:32 left.
Less than 30 seconds off the clock, and they've already picked up 2 first downs and out from their 10 now to the 35. That sums up this South Warren offense pretty well.
Yeah.
Need a stop at some point.
Beltcamp throws quick.
There you go,
Caught.
Chase.
Tackle by Gooch.
Good tackle. That's a tackle that you expect Chase Gooch to make, and I'm good sight to see him wrap a guy up and take him down like that. Really good sign.
Beltcamp takes a snap, got a man wide open, hits him, across midfield, and a lot more to the 40-yard, about the 43 of the Wildcats before he runs out of bounds. So stop the clock and a Spartan first down.
Wildcats right now too worried about the deep ball really cinching back and too tight in the middle of the field. The flats are wide open. We saw it on the wide receiver screen to start the drive. That time just a simple throw out to the flat, and nobody within 10 yards initially of the receiver.
And a timeout is called with 1:46 as I look around Tyler's head.
Oh, and through 4 dirty windows as well.
Yeah. Spartans lead it 21-14. We'll try to see if we can get you some scores from around the area. Logan County leads Warren East 7-3. Now that's Warren Central Athletics says they're ahead 21-0. I don't think.
I'm going to assume that's a typo.
I think they've got that backwards. Okay, yeah, there it is. Bowling Green 28, Warren Central nothing.
Mm. Hey, don't get it confused. That's not the same Warren Central team. It's actually now 28-0.
Yeah.
That's just a really, really, really good Bowling Green team coming off a big-time statement win last week over McCracken County.
5 receivers for Beltcamp. He gets
flat once again
on the screen and steps out of bounds after gaining about 6 yards on first down.
Flat's wide open right now. And in case you're listening, you don't understand what I'm saying by the flat, just about within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage towards the boundaries, towards the sidelines. There's nobody there for Franklin Simpson. There's nobody even close. And right now, those quick passes outside, we saw Greenwood do it. We saw Meade County do it. South Warren doing it on this drive.
5 receivers again, Beltcamp. Time to throw. Now he's feeling some pressure. Glass after him, and he gets out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds. So that's the maturity you see out of that sophomore to know to get rolled out and throw it out of bounds.
And there's the pressure I've been waiting for from this Franklin Simpson defense. It's hard considering how we've seen Beltcamp shred this secondary to think that the strategy is to drop less people back. But it feels like the only way to rattle him, and really it's tough to rattle him in the first place, is to make him go through his progressions faster. And if you can get in his face like the Wildcats were able to do that time, get him out of the pocket, that's not his comfort zone. He's not a runner.
He's got 5 receivers again. Time to throw this time. Throws it high, but it's caught. But not for much. It is a first down. That's number 25, Bell, on the catch. And a South Warren timeout. We'll take one with them. With 1:26 left before half, South Warren 21, Franklin Simpson 14. First play after the timeout is a completed pass to another wide open Spartan. And a gain of about 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Right now the Wildcats defense just too centered. And, it's a problem with most zone coverages. That is the issue. But something that we saw last year from the Franklin Simpson defense was that those passes in the middle were burning them. Well, tonight they've been too focused on cutting off the middle of the field. The big touchdown pass was outside, and the flats have just been exploited by Beltcamp.
Flat again.
Yep.
Caught. And a first down inside the 15 to about the 11. That was Young again on the catch. Excuse me, that was 18, not 19. Carson Hickman on the catch. At any rate, it's 1st and 10 from the 11 with a minute and 13 seconds left. Veltkamp takes a snap, looking, end zone, throws it over his receiver's head, incomplete.
And that time, Franklin Simpson just came out, rolled the dice, man blitz, bring everybody but somebody covering somebody. And that time it worked. You get somebody in a quarterback's face, as good as Veltkamp is, if somebody's not in his face, if Partinger, I believe it was, who came on the blitz, isn't right there hitting him as he's making that throw, it's probably 6.
Yep. So a minute 9 left, 2nd and 10 from the 11.
May have been Omar, actually, who came in there. He's been up along the line.
Veltkamp handoff this time, and flags fly, thankfully.
That was probably 6.
Yeah. And a false start on the Spartans.
The Cumberland gap had formed on that offensive line.
So that takes it back to the 16. It'll be 2nd and 15. So they can get a first down without scoring.
And they've already had 5 just on this drive. This will be their 11th play of the drive.
Three receivers left. Veltkamp hands it off. Martin. Nothing doing. He's back to maybe the 14, 13-yard line. And one more timeout for the Spartans. They'll burn their last one with 58 seconds left before the half, leading 21-14. You're listening to 1220 WFKN, Franklin, Kentucky.
And if you're Franklin Simpson here, your entire goal is to not let South Warren pick up this first down. Now you can sit back and you can afford to give up the flat, but you got to know if you give it up, the ball's going to go there, and you got to be ready to jet there as quick as you can. But you can afford to give it up at first. You can afford to give up that 6-7-yard gainer and force South Warren into a field goal situation. You cannot give up a first down here.
Logan County leads Warren East now 14-3. We'll have WKU football tomorrow evening here on WFKN. That's 5 o'clock air time, I believe, for the pregame show.
Yes.
Kickoff at 6.
It'll be a good one.
Tops need a win after that disappointing, to say the least, opening game of the season.
I'll tell you this, Tally. We've seen a shootout here tonight. I think we'll see one tomorrow night at FIU, too.
FIU gives up a lot of yards running, so maybe the Tops can have some success on the ground. But right now, the Wildcats need some success on the defense. Veltkamp looking to throw. Does. Cross the middle. Man's open. He's hit short of the end zone, and I don't think he has a first down, which means it's going to be 4th down. Hardinger's down, I think, for the Wildcats. So Dr. Banton will go out and check on him, as will Coach Preston.
And it'll be an interesting decision for South Warren here. I mentioned the last thing you wanted to do was give up the first down, but at the same time, you don't want to give them a chance to come out there on the next play, roll the dice on a 4th and short, to say the least, and try to pick up that first down and extend the drive. Interested to see what South Warren chooses to do here. They do have in their back pocket the fact that they get the ball to start the second half. Perhaps they go aggressive here, try to pick it up the way that offense has been working. It's hard to doubt putting them back out on the field again.
Russellville leads Butler County 7-6 at halftime.
Russellville a popular pick in that one.
Bowling Green 36, Warren Central nothing. And Tetrick is up and walking off, but he's in some pain.
Which is tough because he had a great night.
Yep. So it'll be 4th and 1 from the 2. What will the Spartans do? Looks like they are going to go for it.
Well, here's your biggest play of the game.
Yes, Veltkamp in the gun on 4th and 1 from the 2 with 41 seconds left before the half.
Split backs for the first time tonight, too.
And Wildcats, Spartans call another timeout. Wildcats must have called one of those that he pointed the wrong way on. And I think that's what Coach Preston's asking. How many hot timeouts are we going to get? So another timeout by the Spartans.
And perhaps that was just an attempt to try to draw the Wildcats off sides. Or at the same time, knowing Coach Smith, it could have just been one of those things where he wanted to see what the Wildcats had set up, and he's going to come back out and try to go for it anyways. The way that he's talking to his group, it seems like he still wants to go for it.
I think they go for it.
Which I understand that decision, especially, like I said, with Coach Smith. As offensive-minded as he is, he's going to gamble it. But if you're Franklin Simpson, it's really tough here defensively. Normally you want to bring the house in a situation like this, but with Veltkamp back there, it's tough to make that call. But you're going to have to bring some heat here to stop the possible run, or if they do throw it, to get somebody in his face.
Here we go, Veltkamp. Handoff. Martin. Touchdown, Spartans. So a 2-yard touchdown run with 32 seconds left before halftime. So Kobe Martin has his second touchdown of the night.
And they go, I cannot believe this. They go 90 yards in 13 plays and do it in just 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
Extra point is good. So that makes it 28-14 here before the half. And unfortunately, to make matters worse potentially for the Wildcats, the Spartans are going to get the ball to start the second half. That was how many? 13
plays, 90 yards in just 2 minutes and 26 seconds. You talk about perfect clock management. You couldn't have drawn it up any better than that if you're South Warren. We've said it all the time with this Franklin Simpson team, and we can apply it to South Warren too. There's a reason that they're the reigning 5A state champs.
Yep.
Little things like that, drives like that, they tell you a lot about a team. Now, if you're Franklin Simpson, 32 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but if you can get a big return, I feel like maybe first play you come out and try to do a little something. If you can get a chunk play, then maybe you try to go and put a little drive together, but
I'm going to say,
with Coach Preston, we might just go into the half.
I'm going to say this kickoff goes to the end zone.
That's a good bet.
We're not given a chance. No, it won't. Stutzman has it at about the 5. Across the 10, 15, 20, 25. Flag down as he's tackled finally around the 40. That's probably a block in the back. They happen a lot on kick returns.
And that'll negate a play, which was one of those potential situations. Leo was up around the 40. You could have thought about it.
So that will negate that return, unfortunately. They called a hold, not a block in the back.
Interesting call from where the flag was thrown. We mentioned that a bit earlier. That flag was thrown a bit of ways away from the play, which normally would indicate that it's a block in the back, but an early drive killer that might have the Wildcats deciding just to go ahead and send it into the half.
Takes it back to the 24 with 24 seconds left, believe it or not. And Luke will take a snap and knee it, and we'll go to the half. South Warren 28, Franklin Simpson 14, but you're seeing a better Franklin Simpson team here tonight. We'll be back and look at some first half numbers after this. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFKN.
One or two swing plays can turn a game around entirely. Franklin Simpson's going to need a couple of those, and it starts on this drive. Got to get the ball out of South Warren's hands as soon as possible. Cannot allow them to start this half with a score.
Here we go, second half action. Hollingsworth, foot to ball, and he kicks it to the 5-yard line. Here come the Spartans. Across the 30, 35, 40, 45. And the Spartans will have great field position to start this second half. That was Elder Deravasic, their kicker.
Wow.
That made that return. So what a luxury that would be.
You got a kicker that can return the ball like that.
Yeah. So
all righty.
Spartans,
all right, Cole, your move.
Yeah, now Cole's already playing offense and defense, so you know.
And we've seen him stick a few guys.
And you don't see that a lot out of a kicker.
No.
So Spartans have it 1st and 10 at their own 45. Veltkamp, where else but in the gun? Handoff. Martin, right side, midfield, and steps out of bounds in Wildcat territory after the gain of about 7. The 48 to be exact of the Wildcats. Campbell on the stop for the Wildcats.
Made a couple of tackles tonight.
Yep. And I'll tell you an interesting story at the end of this play on Mr. Campbell for the Wildcats. Veltkamp takes the snap, handoff, Martin. Fumbled. No, he didn't fumble. I thought he fumbled. He gets tackled, though. Connor Rogers for a no gain. Last Friday, Tyler, you may not know this, Ben Campbell, when he appeared in that game last Friday, that was the first football game he had ever played in.
Wow. I knew he'd played soccer.
At any level, the first football game.
Well, he's an athlete.
And he's making plays.
He's a natural athlete. He's one of those guys, you could throw him on a basketball court and he'd probably find a way to make a play. He was a fantastic soccer player, just a natural athlete. And he's one of those guys, by the end of the season, he could be one of the better players on this Franklin Simpson defense.
Veltkamp rolls out, throws. It's caught. And a good tackle by the Wildcats. I think he's short of the first down.
I think he is too.
It was 3rd and 3. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what Coach Brandon Smith decides to do across the way.
A lot of subs, but I don't think any of them are any player intending to punt the ball.
They're going for this. The Wildcat 46.
For Coach Smith, decision time isn't what are we going to do, it's what play are we going to run.
What play will we run? Smith in the gun, takes a snap. And I don't think he got it. He didn't. Wildcats step up. Connor Rogers, the first one there. I can't tell who ran the ball. Doesn't matter to me. Wildcats, and that's what we talked about, Tyler.
There's the swinger.
You need a stop in this opening drive. You get it. Now you're going to start this thing with good field position at your own 46. A.J. Burr was in there as well for the Cats. So now go score, and you've got yourself a ball game.
This is when you build up that MO. You hear Dickie V say the MO all the time, and it's so important, especially in high school sports. These athletes feel on it. You got to make something happen here.
Handoff, I think it was to Carter, and he gets a couple, and that's it. Yep, that was Malik. Partinger is back out there. He looks like he is limping just a little bit. So we'll see how, if any, that injury in the first half affects him going forward.
I'm going to need him tonight. This has by far been his best game of the season. Not the best game of his career. He had some great games last year. Great game tonight for Tedrick, and going to have to keep it going plus some.
Richardson rolls out to his left. Wants to throw. Looks at Carter. Right in his hands.
Got to have it.
That's a first down if it's caught. And those are just the plays, Tyler, that as we move on with this season, you got to make that catch. You're wide open across the middle. You just got to catch that ball.
And I mentioned on the throw to Leo that he dropped that it was probably the best throw we've seen from Luke all season. That was a heck of a throw. Across his body, put it right on his hands, and you got to make the catch. In any game, you have to make that catch, but especially on the road at South Warren, trying to get something going down 2 scores.
Now
you got to come down with that.
Now it's 3rd and 9. Richardson back to pass again. Looking at Stutzman, he's nowhere near it. That ball will be picked off at the 20-yard line.
Just force that one.
Number 9, Connor Mason with that interception. So with 9:38 left in the 3rd quarter, South Warren gets it right back.
Yep. Forced the turnover on downs, and less than a minute later, turn it right back over. That was a double move set up on the outside. It wasn't there, and that's one of those situations where if you're Luke Richardson, you got to look for another option, maybe look to run with it, but instead tried to force it, and it got picked off.
Hand off Martin. He's got a lot of running room, but this one's coming back. Be a hold on the Spartans. I'll tell you what, Tyler, Martin is an impressive sophomore back. Hard to believe they've got their quarterback and their running back for 2 more years after this one. And the receivers. They're a young bunch, but, you know, age doesn't mean a whole lot all the time. You know, Coach Preston and I talked about it last Saturday at McDonald's. Meade County had kind of the double whammy. They were experienced.
Yep.
And that doesn't always mean anything. You can be a senior and not be very good at football. but when you're experienced and you can play, those 2 things together mean a lot.
And these guys, while they're young, they're also experienced. They've been here, they've done it.
It's 1st and 20. Veltkamp to throw across the middle. It's caught. And big reception. 1st down and a whole lot more. That's Bell, and he's going to take it to the house. And that's a 90-yard touchdown play